morning, everyone. I can't believe we're in May already. Happy May 3rd. Thank you for joining me for today's World Session. Disclaimer, I'm not a doctor. Having an emergency, get yourself to one. For my full disclaimer, you can find that on my YouTube page or on my website. Few things if you're new and joining us, sometimes when the energy is moving and things are shifting, I burp. I wish I yawned, I burp. So just to give that as a little heads up, just so that if you're new, then you're not like, oh my God, why is she so strange and she's burping? So today what we're going to deal with in today's session is gratitude as a antidote to lack mentality, I think is the best way that I can put it together. I want to say a special thank you from my heart to everyone who joins me. We get together and we get to have a chat before these sessions, and it supports me so much. It helps me so much. So thank you, thank you, thank you all for joining me. For those who join live, if you'd like to join live, I do these every Friday. You can go ahead and find the link on my YouTube channel. I'll send that out. And for those who are watching, thank you for watching and being here with me energetically. Okay, so we're going to go ahead first into the hip basin. We need to do a repair to these hips. So I'm dealing with, we're going to be looking at the law of attraction. The thing is that the law of attraction is always working. You are never not attracting to you. The law of attraction says that whatever energy or space you're coming from is what you attract to you. So that's not to say that you're doing it on purpose. It's not to say that you're doing on purpose. Maybe there's a little bit of resentment there. Woo, resentment in the hips. This is something I didn't see before. Maybe you're resentful to God. Maybe you have resentment to the things that you don't have in your life, that you wish you had in your life. Maybe you're resentful for the things that happened in your life. Maybe you have some expectations that you feel entitled. I don't understand why I'm not in that relationship that I want. I don't understand why is God doing this to me? I'm doing everything right. I don't understand why I'm not attracting to me. And if there's expectation of God, of others, or of yourself, that is the space from which you're coming from. And that is what the universe responds to. Woo, that made me really sick in the stomach, is really affecting my hip basin. I could feel my bladder, my uterus. Now, for the men who are listening, that would be the lower abdominals, the hips, even the psoas, the piriformis are coming in. I just feel really, really nauseous. We're going to do a biogenics out of all of the hips, that whole lower abdomen, including the large intestines, to help release resentment out of the body. It's no good. Any form of resentment is resending the same whiny stories over and over. It's self-pitying and it's destructive. And it breeds greed. Oh, I never saw that. Resentment breeds greed. So I'm resentful, for example, I'm resentful that I don't have more money, for example, or I'm resentful, you can see for yourself. I'm resentful that I'm not attracting that relationship. I'm resentful to my husband or my wife, my boyfriend, my children. I wish it was like this. Why am I not attracting abundance of health, of prosperity, of, there's a release there. That resentment starts to is an erosion, and it breeds greed. I could see that resentment eroding molecules, so hydration, so it's crispy, it's dry. I'm seeing it eroding. So the Wei Qi of all your cells. So I'm just seeing this beautiful gold lining, and it's eroding that gold lining of the cells, that Wei Qi. oh, I'm feeling so nauseous. We're going to dump this. We're going to dump it out of the systems. We're going to bring in hydration as a seed through that whole lower abdomen. It's going to help improvement of the large intestines, the hips, the piriformis. For women, the female reproductive areas. For male, the masculine reproductive areas. We're going to it's going to help loosen up the psoas and the piriformis. Now, the psoas muscle is being highlighted here. It goes in through the hips and it goes through those iliac notches and it goes up through the back. And so it actually holds the hips to the back. Now, if the foundations, which are to your hips, are vibrating at a level of I am resentful, or I lack, or I want more, so that greediness, it's going to affect how you stand in your life. Are you flexible? Can you move like a tree? Can you move with the changing times? Oh, it becomes really rigid. So those foundations set up like a house, right? You've got the foundation of your house. And if your foundations are off, if your foundation is porous, or if it's uneven, or if it's poorly poured, like the foundation is not set properly, then the rest of the house will be off, right? You'll have problems with the wall structure. You'll have problems structurally with your house. You need a solid foundation. We need the same thing within our body mind. You need a healthy foundation. So we're dumping out of that foundation greed, resentment. And a way that we can do this as well is cultivating a relationship with gratitude. We're going to bring this in. It just softens everything. Now my head is really itchy doing this. So my skin is my epithelial, my skin is so itchy. My face is itchy. My nose is itchy. And so the skin is what touches life. And if you're meeting a life with resentment, woof, that's going to make life really difficult. So we're going to run a body chemistry through the skin tissues to intolerance of, what are we doing? Are we going to run it as food? No, it's like an environmental intolerance to resignation and apathy. It's like, well, that whole saying, believing, I'll see it when I believe it. We got to switch that out of the skin. It's believe it and you will see it. Believe it. Have that trust that God, universe, whatever, divine, you are fully supported in your life. And the law of abundance or the law of attraction is always working for you. And we've got these filters on the skin where the skin meets the world and says, well, it hasn't happened yet. And I've got all my proof that it hasn't happened yet. And look, it hasn't happened yet. So it's never going to happen. So we're going to dump that as an intolerance out of the skin. And it's throwing off the microbiome of the skin. So if you've got psoriasis, dry skin, eczema, even coming up to acne here, inflammation of the skin, hives, so any kind of skin issues, this whole resignation and apathy is affecting the microbiome of the skin. So we're going to also do a repair to the microbiome of the skin. We're going to link that to the gut for discernment. And we got to do a microbiome repair to the gut as well. They feel a little bit weak. It feels a little weak. It's like they've given up. It's like well, I'm not getting what I want. Oh, I'm not getting what I want. I'm never going to have what I want. And I just lack gratitude. It's just always going to be like this. I don't really see the good in my life or the magic in my life. And so is just another day. We got to dump drudgery out of the gut that really is impacting the small intestine's ability to absorb minerals, vitamins, water, food, essential nutrients, and also discern discernment. It's throwing discernment off. It's like they feel weak. So we're going to go ahead in here and do therapeutic doses of vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, manganese, magnesium, folate, nitrate, bringing in homeopathic remedies of mint. Mint. We have sayings, right? I made a mint. I have a mint. So lots of money, lots of abundance. So we're going to bring in that mint as a homeopathic remedy to help digestion of stored greediness. Oh, there was a release there. That's stuck within the liver. It's directing your choices through that small intestines, through gallbladder. Pancreas feels a little bit whiny. Oh, I can't see the sweetness or the joy in my life, so I need more. I need more. I need more to fulfill that void that I think that I have. So we're dumping that out of the pancreas, bringing back the sweetness of life, bringing that pancreas back into being able to balance blood sugars, glucose, fruit, sucrose within your body, and then seeing the magic in your life, seeing the magic in your life. And that's going to help the pancreas to regulate and help digestion of the food that you eat. And I'm almost seeing that there may be even a reduction of food cravings here, because there's a sense of fulfillment now. So I don't need outside to fulfill me. I don't need sweets to fulfill me. I don't need sweets or food to fill the void. So if it's not food for you, it could be anything else. So you can fill in the gap here for yourself, but we're going to help the functioning of the pancreas here. Back to that psoas muscle that I left, we had a little bit of a divergence. That those foundations, I'm looking at those hip flexors, the piriformis, the psoas muscle, and there's a buildup of emotional content within that psoas. So in yogic tradition, the psoas is the muscle of the soul. And any stored kind of childhood trauma in here. We've got an eighth chakra influence coming in to a couple of different lifetimes. So this is, we're not looking at ancestral trauma coming in through the psoas for this one. This is past lives. So there's a few coming in. This one's actually really recent. Usually goes way back. We're going only back to the 80s for this one. This is usually they go way back. So about the 1980s, late 70s, I can see a man who's hoarding his money, hoarding his food, hoarding objects. And he was actually, some boxes fell over and he suffocated with. So we're going to dump this out, that hoarding, that need to hoard. It's affecting the systems. It's affecting fat. It's affecting fat molecules within the body. So if you're having a trouble losing weight, like I'm starting to move now, I can feel the energy really moving. If you're having trouble losing weight, or you have inflammation within the body, this is impacting your health at a molecular level. That hoarding, that lack mentality, I can't let go of it, I'm never going to have it again. So we're going to dump that that eighth chakra influence out of the body. I got to neutralize that one. Is there another one? There's another one. There's another one coming in, and again, it has to do with being miserly. He's a miser. I think we're in England. It's looking like England. He looks like some kind of, he's got like a castle or a manor. He's treated his family really badly. His wife passed away. His kids don't want to talk to him. And it's really like that Ebenezer Scrooge. I could see him just counting his money and counting his money and counting his money. And like that's all that he does all day. This man, I think 1300s just about. And he's just really miserly and miserable. won't take care of himself. He's let himself go, doesn't really eat. And the thing that he's only concerned about is his money, how much money he has. I get. And that's impacting cultivating gratitude within your body mind. So you've got to release that out of the energetic systems. It's affecting the chakras, this one I'm seeing really affecting the chakra system. Also the Sushumna, the Ida Pingala channels, and all of the chakra systems. So we got to dump that out of there to neutralize that. There we go. I'm going to tap this in. All right, let's see how this goes for the week. I would love to hear what shifts happen for you. Please email me or send me a message on YouTube. I'd love to hear what this does for you, what you experienced for yourself. Please join me. And if you're interested in working more with abundance or the law of attraction, I do have a special coming up May 6th on Receiving Abundance, the Art of Manifesting. Their group sessions at a reduced rate. I think it's worth $600, and the cost of it is only $360. Please join me. It begins Monday, and if you have any questions about that, go ahead and reach out. Thank you all. See you all next time.